We've seen world records go this year already. The 200 free, the 100 fly, the 100 back. Which world records will we see go in Paris though? In this video, I'm going to throw out some predictions, predicting for each race whether it will, might, or won't go. Let's get right into it. The 50 free is a world record that Sarah Sjöström hit at last year's World Champs. I think if she doesn't get it again, then no one else will. She's just so far ahead of that field. I'm not fully sure if she's going to get it though. I'm just not fully convinced. So I'll sit on the fence a little and I'll give this one a maybe. The 100 free is a record I really want to see go. It is another Sarah Sjöström record and has stood since 2017. I think the most likely candidate is Molly O'Callaghan, but there are a bunch of women that could get that little drop to get that record, including Siobhan Haughey, Marit Steenbergen, and Shayna Jack. I'm not fully convinced on this one either. I hope it goes, but I'm gonna sit on the fence as well and give it another maybe. The 200 free is a record that I would be about as convinced as any is gonna fall at these Olympics. I covered this race in this video, but I'll still give it a quick recap here. It was broken at last year's World Champs by Australian Molly O'Callaghan after having stood since 2009. It was then broken again this year by her fellow Australian and training partner Ariarne Titmus. Molly O'Callaghan was right next to her in that race, and they really pushed each other to both get under that previous world record. I think if they do that again at the Olympics, which I believe, knowing them, they certainly will, then this record is certain to go down. It's going to get a definite yes from me. This is another Ariarne Titmus world record, with her hitting it at last year's World Champs. At this year's Australian trials, she also got within 0.05 of that world record. This race used to be called the Race of the Century back in 2023, but I think with how dominant Ariarne Titmus has been, I think that opinion has changed. I don't think Ledecky or McIntosh are going to catch up to Titmus, so I think it's either Titmus breaks this record or she doesn't, but she still gets her hand on the wall first. I don't see her losing it. I think if she doesn't get the world record in this event, it'll be because she's saving herself for the 200 free, where she'll really want to get that gold over O'Callaghan. But I think she'll still want to go for it in this 400, and I think she'll still get that world record. So it's going to get a yes from me. The 800 free is the first of the two Katie Ledecky records, and I'll cut straight to it. I think these records are way too quick for even Katie Ledecky herself to get. I think Ariarne Titmus is also in this conversation in this event, even though still quite a bit off of Katie Ledecky. But an 8-second drop for both of them from trials would just be a bit much. This is a definite no from me. I think the 1500 is a bit more likely for Katie Ledecky than the 800, but it's still pretty far-fetched and is still going to get a no from me. The 100 back is one of the records we saw go at US trials. I covered it in this video here. Regan Smith took the record from Kaylee McEwen, and oh my, this is setting up to be an incredible battle. I don't think I can predict which way it's going to go, but whatever way it goes, I think it will be in record fashion. The 200 back is a similar story to the 100, but I'd put this one in Kaylee's favor. I think she's more of a favorite in this distance, but regardless of who gets it, I just know it'll be in world record fashion as well. The 100 breast is an exciting event, but over the past couple of years we haven't really seen anyone approach that world record. Going into these Olympics though, China's Tang Qianting has been the clear favorite, getting within 0.2 of Lily King's world record. Heading into the Olympics, she sits with a second lead over the rest of the field, or at least everyone who's eligible to swim at the Olympics. I'm not convinced that she'll get the record, but I think she would be the most likely. So this record's probably still going to get a no from me. The 200 breast is an event I'm sure will produce an incredible race, but without that world record holder in the event, I'm not sure this record will go down. That 2:17 from Evgenia Chukhanova is just incredible, and the rest of the field would essentially have to drop 2 seconds to get to it. Even with Kate Douglas and the ex-world record holder Tatiana Smith in this race, I'm not sure that record is going to go down, just with how far-fetched it is. So this record's going to get a no from me. The 100 fly was the other record that was broken at US Olympic trials. The top 3 in that event were within the top 5 of all time, which is absolutely incredible. The event is also really deep internationally as well. I think the record will most likely stay with Gretchen Walsh, but Maggie McNeil and Tori Husk are lurking just behind and are also fierce challengers. I think this record will definitely go down at these Olympics, so it'll get a for sure yes from me. If you watched my men's record video, you'll know what I said about the 800 free. The women's 200 fly is in that same boat. It is an incredible record, and the closest time we have seen recently is still 2 seconds off. Even though I'm sure it'll produce a stellar race, I would bet so much to say that this record is not going down. The 200 IM is an incredible record from Katinka Hoshyu, but we also see one of the deepest fields in any event in this one heading into these Olympics. 206 for a long time was almost untouched, but we have seen 3 206s in 2023 and 2024 alone. Though the fastest of the 206s are still quite a while off of that 206-1, I think the competition in this event could push them to get down there and get it done. I think this record might go, so I'll give it a maybe, but I do really want to see it happen. The 400 IM is a record that Summer McIntosh has lowered 2 years in a row now. Considering how dominant she has been, I think it's either she gets it done, or she saves herself, or falls just short. I think she'll want to get it, so I'm going to give it a yes. Make sure to comment down below if you disagree with any of my predictions. I've been a little bit sick, so that's why I haven't been posting as much as I would like to leading into these Olympics, but I'll make sure to try and ramp up the posts, even through a busy school schedule. But make sure to subscribe for all the rest of my coverage of these Olympics, and make sure to like the video if you enjoyed as well. And I'll see you in the next one.